Hey guys, it's Claire, the Fiddly Fig Girl, and today I want to talk about signs of too much water in your fiddly fig. Now I know watering your plant can be a bit confusing because you need to kind of hit the nail on the head and water it perfectly for it to be healthy. And a lot of novice growers don't know, are they watering it too much or not enough? Because some of the symptoms and signs look the same. So today I want to go over the signs of a fiddly fig that has gotten too much water. So a plant that has gotten too much water is very apt to develop root rot. Now this could be black or brown spots on the leaves that are spreading and causing the leaves to drop. So if you have dropping leaves and black spots, you are likely overwatering. Another sign of too much water is that the soil itself is either still wet when you go to check the plant maybe a week later, or there's fungus gnats in the soil. These are these tiny annoying little flies that go around the soil. That means that your soil is too wet and you're definitely overwatering your plant. Another sign of overwatering your plant is sort of a musty smell to the soil itself. So if you smell anything musty with your soil, it's probably staying much too wet and it's breathing fungus or bacteria. One other thing that can kind of indicate overwatering is if your plant is dropping the lower leaves of the plant, and that can sometimes mean that your plant is holding too much water and it needs to do something, so it drops the oldest leaves first. And then another sign is if your plant has new growth that has tiny little red spots. These are called edema, and they typically are fueled by too much water during a growth spurt. You don't want to underwater during a growth spurt, so sometimes it can be okay to have edema, but if you're having new growth with red spots, you may want to cut back on your water just a bit. So there's a few questions you can ask yourself when it comes to determining whether or not you're overwatering your plant. The first question is, are you watering more than once a week? If so, I can almost guarantee that you're overwatering. The second is the soil wet before you go to water again? So if you're not checking the soil to make sure the top 1 to 2 inches are dry, you probably are overwatering your plant. And then the third question is, how deep are you checking your plant to see if the root system is wet at the bottom? A lot of times these plants can accumulate water at the bottom of the root ball, and the bottom of the root ball could be rotting and sitting in water, whereas the top section is drying out. So I really recommend using a soil meter to test the moisture levels at different points within your pot. We actually make a really good soil meter where you can put it all the way down to the bottom of the pot, see how wet it is, halfway, and then the top. You're gonna wanna water when your fiddly fig is about a number 4 halfway down the pot. If it's dry enough to read a number 4 or less halfway down, then you're good to water again. So I hope this video was helpful. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.